Today, we are going to recap a 2002 Hong Kong movie called Infernal Affairs. Spoilers ahead. Thank you for tuning in and have a great time. The movie starts off with Mafia boss Hon Sum holding an initiation ceremony welcoming his new recruits, including Lau at a temple. These fresh faces with a clean background are initiated into the Mafia. Hon Sum will send some of them to the police academy to be a spy for him. In the next scene, Lau successfully entered the police academy. Inspector Wong, along with another colleague, interviews a man named Chan, deeming him perfect for an undercover role. To lend authenticity to Chan's cover, it was announced to the class that his expulsion was due to him breaking the rules, and the officer asked if anyone wants to trade place with him. Lau stares at Chan as he leaves the academy and whispers, "I want to trade place with him." From that point on, the two men embark on a very different trajectory. Lau, with his exceptional skills, ascends to a prominent position within the police team, while Chan successfully infiltrated the Mafia and rose through the ranks, becoming a trusted lieutenant of Hon Sum. A decade later, Lau, now a senior inspector, visited the speaker shop where Chan worked. Without realizing they were at the police academy together, their initial conversation unfolded as Chan suggested Lau purchase a set of speakers for a better music experience. Little did they realize that the harmonious sounds marked the calm before an impending storm. Later, at the funeral of their old police academy teacher, Chan could only bid farewell from a distance, keeping his undercover identity hidden. At this point, only Inspector Wong is aware of Chan's true role. In a conversation between Chan and Inspector Wong, it becomes apparent that Chan is grappling with psychological effect after years of undercover work. Chan discloses that Hon Sum's drug shipment is scheduled for the upcoming week, yet the exact location remains unknown. Inspector Wong gifts him a watch for his birthday and assures him that he will be pulled out after this case. At the police station, Lau receives a call and announces to the team they must work overtime that night. Later, at an apartment, Inspector Wong briefs the team on a mission involving Hon Sum dealing with Thailand drug dealers in a nearby building. Lau realizes the target is his boss, Hon Sum. While setting up the devices, Lau steps out to make a call, pretending it's his father, but in reality to Hon Sum. Inspector Wong, unaware of the true nature of the call, dismisses it. As the police detect cell phone signals, Hon Sum's group comes into view. In the room, Hon Sum orders everyone to take out their cell phones. Kung and Piero prepare the car to leave to another location while Chan is tasked with bringing in the Thai dealers. Hon Sum receives the police radio channel and Chan notices him wearing an earpiece. Kung notices a couple watching, and the two are revealed to be undercover cops. The Thai drug dealers hands Hon Sum a cigar containing hidden drugs and Chan confirms the quality, prompting Kung to retrieve the drug shipment. Lau proposes tailing Hon Sum's men, but Inspector Wong, deeply focused on his earpiece, signals for silence. Hon Sum, sensing they are being followed, orders his men to drive in circles to evade detection. Wong, becoming aware of the leak, directs his team to switch radio channels and announces on the old frequency to abort the car tailing. Lau observes Wong's tapping finger, realizing that there's a spy within the Mafia, communicating through Morse code. Hon Sum hears the announcement of the car tailing being called off and directs his men to the pier, believing they are no longer under surveillance. Inspector Wong orders his team to the pier to intercept the gangsters, while Lau secretly inserts a device into his laptop. Hon Sum, unaware of the radio channel switch, instructs Kung to take the delivery. Lau sends a mass message to the area, confusing passersby when they receive a text with the message "Snitch detected. Stop the deal." As Hon Sum sees the message, he tells Kung to dispose the drugs. Cops rush toward them and Kung and Piero are arrested. At this point, both are convinced of a traitor in their organizations. Both start eyeing their team with suspicion. As Chan approaches, Hon Sum smashes his plaster cast in pain but finds nothing suspicious as the wiretap is left outside the window. Officer Inspector Wong's team swiftly storms the room, arresting everyone and bringing them to the police station. At the police station, tensions rise as both sides confront each other about the presence of a mole within their respective teams. Both leaders stare down their team trying to determine the traitor. In the intense atmosphere of the police station, they vow to uncover the mole before the other does. While Lau is in the middle of moving to a new house with his fiancée, he received a call from Hon Sum saying he suffered a huge loss from the raid and needs his help finding the traitor. Lau agrees and arranges to meet him later that evening at the cinema. The plan was for Lau to investigate all the men that was present during the raid. Meanwhile, Chan sought treatment from psychiatrist Dr. Lee. Despite months of therapy, Chan's condition had not improved. Frustrated, he questioned Lee about his morality, revealing that he was secretly an undercover cop. However, Lee, thinking he was joking, also claimed she is a cop. Hon Sum ordered his men to fill out their real information and Chan decided to tail him to the cinema. There, he witnessed Hon Sum handing over a file to his spy. Following discreetly, Chan couldn't see the traitor's face, only noticing the habitual gesture of smacking the document on his thigh. However, Chan's cover was blown when Hon Sum called him, forcing him to answer the call. Lau became aware of Chan's presence, disappeared before Chan could resume following him. Hon Sum tells Chan that the traitor will be revealed in a few days and to be ready. He confides in Chan that he trusts him the most. Simultaneously, Inspector Wong tells Lau that his spy tails the police mole but lost track of him. They are very close to discovering his identity. Lau, seizing the opportunity, ordered Daibi to follow Inspector Wong closely. As Inspector Wong enters a building, Daibi notifies Lau of his location, prompting Lau to inform Hon Sum that he has identified the mole's whereabouts. While Chan and Inspector Wong exchange information, Chan receives a call from Piero revealing that they discovered the mole's location and to meet him there. Daibi observes a group of gangsters arriving at the building and calls for backup. The gangsters systematically block elevators and stairs to prevent the mole's escape. Chan and Inspector Wong realize the situation as elevators ascend and footsteps echo from the stairs. Inspector Wong advises Chan to use the window washing scaffolding on the roof to escape, while he opts for the elevator. As the gangsters emerge from the elevator, Inspector Wong casually pretends to read a magazine while on a call with his wife. He almost got away with it until one of them recognized him. Meanwhile, Chan manages to exit the back side of the building and takes a taxi to the front entrance. While he walks away from the taxi, Inspector Wong's body lands right on top of the taxi. Shocked by the event, he can only stare in horror as Kung pulls him away, urging him to flee. A gunfight ensues between the police and the gangster as they both fled the scene. During the escape, Kung mentions that they beat Inspector Wong for 10 minutes and he still wouldn't give up the mole. However, Kung's injuries were severe and the car eventually lost control. In his final moments, Kung disclosed to Chan that if someone kept watching him constantly, that person must be the police. After Inspector Wong's tragic death, Lau questioned Honsum about going overboard and killing an officer. Honsum coldly responds that it's either me or him. Lau notices Inspector Wong's cell phone, sparking an idea. Taking charge of the case, Lau contacts Chan, seeking his cooperation to bring down Honsum. Later, the TV news reports Kung as the undercover cop who passed away in the shootout earlier, leading Honsum to believe he is the mole. Chan subtly reminds Honsum about sending him to the warehouse, hinting that the information might have leaked to the police. Honsum, growing suspicious, decides to check his warehouse, unaware that the police are tailing him. Lau instructs the police to cancel the chase, anticipating that the gangsters would evade them if detected. In reality, Chan covertly updates Lau about the gangsters' location using Morse code, allowing the police to converge on the parking building where the gangsters are headed. As the gangster drives in the parking lot, Chan pretends that Honsum ordered him to stay behind and asks the driver to leave him. The waiting cops intercept the gangsters in a chaotic confrontation. Honsum escapes through the stairs and calls Lau for help. In a surprising twist, Honsum heard Lau's phone ringing indicating that he's nearby. Lau steps out and fires a shot, ending his life. Lau returned to the police station, greeted by applause from everyone. Waiting for him was Chan, the very person he had encountered in the speaker shop before. Chan expressed his desire to reclaim his identity after the exhaustive 10 years spent as an undercover agent, and his only regret is not catching the police traitor. Chan revealed the password to open his file, the Morse code for the word undercover. While Lau stepped away, Chan discovered the files he had submitted to Honsum while collecting information. Observing Lau from a distance, Chan noticed that he, too, had the habit of smacking the document on his thigh, just like the spy he followed at the cinema. Realizing that Lau was the mole, Chan silently left. Lau, aware that Chan had uncovered the truth, returned to delete all of Chan's records. With Chan's information now erased, he visited Dr. Lee, confirming his identity as a policeman and admitting to having dreams about her. Dr. Lee reciprocated, admitting that she has feeling for him. The next day in Lau's home, he finds a recording of a phone call between him and Honsum. His wife heard the recording, and she realizes he's a scumbag. He gets a call from Chan saying he found it in Honsam's office and demanding a meeting. When Lau enters the building, we can see someone is following behind. On the rooftop where Chan last met Inspector Wong, he disarms Lau and handcuffs him. Lau says he didn't have a choice when he was young, but now he just wants to be a good cop. However, Chan rejects Lau's plea to help him conceal his criminal past. Then, Lau reveals he has deleted his identity, so no one will believe him, prompting Chan to hold his pistol to Lau's head. Daibi arrives on the scene shortly and orders Chan to release Lau. Chan holds Lau as a hostage at gunpoint and backs into an elevator. Chan is shot in the head while moving into the elevator. Daibi then reveals to Lau that he is also a mole planted by Honsum. Now that their boss is dead, he must watch over him. As the elevator descended, 2 more shots echoed. When the doors opened, only Lau emerged, declaring, "I'm a policeman." Inside the elevator, we can see Chan and Daibi lifeless bodies. 6 months later, Dr. Lee discovered documents confirming Chan's identity as an undercover policeman, restoring his honor and allowing him to be buried beside Inspector Wong. Lau, along with other police officers, visited Chan's grave, reflecting on their shared history. Lau recalled the moment when Chan was expelled from the police school, expressing a wish that he could trade places with him. That's the end of this recap. Thanks for watching and staying till the end. Please subscribe, share, and like. See you at the next one.